I'm back with my wife Erin. We're joining the practice today. Erin, want to start in child's pose position?
Sure.
So we're going to come down on the floor. We'll get down on the hands and knees. So this is a really great way to sometimes start the practice if you need a little bit more energy. If you have some things that are stored with you through the day and you just want to do some yoga, it's a great place to ground down and get centered. So you can take the knees apart if you want a little extra stretch in the hips. And then we're going to stretch the arms up towards the top of the mat and get nice and long in the spine. And I have a little chime with me today that we're just going to listen to set us up for our practice. I want you to take a deep breath in. Very good. So let's come up onto table pose and do some cats and cows today to get the spine and back and the rest of the body warmed up here. So try to keep your arms straight, move your head gently up and down. Starting to feel some nice energy here with your breath. Take a breath in. Open your head, lift it up. We're going to take a breath out, round your back, and go into cat pose. Try drawing the belly and navel in. Inhale, we're going to go into cat lift pose. Lift the head, lift your eyes. Then exhale, we're going to go into nice cat pose. Try to round back. Inhale, breath. Again, going into cat lift pose. Try to let your breathing really energize you. Exhale, come into cat pose. Round your back. So we're going to do this a little bit more, a little bit faster. Inhale. Fully in. Open up. Lift your head. Exhale. Push to the mat. Go into cat pose. Erin, take the last 2, maybe 3. Really get nice and strong into it. Let this energize you for your practice. Go into cat pose and 1 more. We're going to end on a cat lift, so just lift the head and then go back into table pose. We'll do that once more. Inhale, lift the head, open up, and then exhale, just table pose. All right, let's step your toes to the back of your mat and just do a quick plank pose or push-up. I'm not going to hold it too long. Breathe for 3, 2, 1. And then go ahead and lift your hips up and do a downward facing dog. So just a really quick transition there. We're back in we're in the first downward facing dog. So let's try to bend your right knee and push your left heel down. So we're working on that hamstring. Let's do the left knee bends and the right heel presses down. Why don't you try to hold it? Right knee bends, and then left knee bends, and then both knees come into a nice strong bent position. So you're getting into your downward facing dog with the knees bent and trying to get that straight spine and straight back. Now press deeply into the heels and start to walk the legs forward. And come up to the top of your mat. As soon as you get your legs close towards your arms, take it into flat back position. Really neutral the spine here. Try to gaze forward. Pull your shoulders back away from your ears, straighten your arms, and then fold forward. Let it go. Exhale all the way out if you can. Inhale one more time into flat back pose. Really energize. Pull the shoulders back, gaze forward, and exhale forward fold position. And there we're going to bring it on up. Sweep the arms and hands over the head. Inhale, stretch up, bring the palms together. Try to lean back. 3, 2, 1. And just relax here. We're going to go back into standing pose. Arms down to the sides. So ready? We're going to do a few sun salutations. Lifting the arms up in the air. We're going to do an upward salute position. Take a Big breath in, beautiful. Exhale, forward fold position. And step the right toes back, step the left toes back, and go into your downward facing dog. That's a plank pose, but we're going to go up into downward facing dog and shift forward into plank pose. Good. And shift back into downward facing dog. And then lower down the knees, chest, chin. We're going to lower into low plank pose there. Knees, chest, chin to the floor. Good. Slide down, come up into low cobra. Press into your toes here so that you're using your lower body and lifting the back up. Come up a little bit higher. That nice. Good job. And then press up into downward facing dog. So whichever way that you get back, go really strong. Press into the arms and legs and do a downward facing dog. So let's take a few breaths here. Breathing is neutral. As long as you're inhaling, should be just as long as you're exhaling. Inhale. Hold, exhale, just letting out. Start to walk the legs and feet forward. Come back up to the top of your mat. Straighten your spine, take a flat back pose. Beautiful. Exhale, forward fold, really slow, letting go, get heavy. Then raise the arms up in the air, standing position, and then try to lean back and stretch back. 3, 2, 1. Just come up, let it go, arms down to the sides. Strong. Let's do that for 3 more rounds. Inhale, float the arms up in the air. Exhale, swan dive down to a forward fold. Step your feet back again to downward facing dog. And that's down dog with the hips up. Inhale, shift forward into plank pose. Exhale, shift back into downward facing dog. And then lower down the knees. Bend your arms and lower down the chest and chin. Knees, chest, chin. Do a little baby cobra pose. Use your feet, use your legs. Full cobra if you can. Come up a little bit more. Nice. Good back bend. Back bend. And push up into downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, really strong breathing. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let me do that again. Inhale. Exhale. Walk your legs forward. Come up to the top of your mat. Walk your legs to a forward fold. Flatten your back out. Inhale. Forward fold. Exhale. Rise up. We're going to bring the arms over the head and lean back. Exhale, stretch. And then come up. Gentle. Take the arms down to the sides. Mountain pose. Second to last set. Arms up. Sweep them up to the sky. Exhale. Arms down. Forward fold. Step or hop your feet back into plank pose. You're going to do a downward facing dog there as well. Slowly lower knees, chest, chin, or elbows in. Do a low push-up. Tuck your toes. Cobra pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. Downward facing dog. Very nice, Aaron. And good too. Keep the toes tucking under if you're lowering down. So that gives you a really nice, smooth transition into Cobra. And bend your knees, look forward, come up to the front of your mat, so forward fold. Flatten your back out, inhale, exhale, forward fold. Rise up, reach up and back as you're breathing. And take it into lower mountain pose. Just the arms down. All right, last one. Inhale, hold the arms over the head. Exhale, forward fold. Step or hop the feet back. Do a low push-up pose. High cobra. So you're going to lower, tuck the toes. Lift up. Beautiful. Exhale back. Downward facing dog. So we're going to slightly use a little bit of core strength here. I want you to just take the right knee in and hug it in deeply into your nose. Crunching that right knee forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now just step that right foot forward. You're going to place it between the hands. Assist it if you need to, and slide your left knee down to the floor. Good. Low crescent lunge pose. Let's see, Aaron, if you can slide your left leg back a little bit more, just a couple of centimeters. Nice. Now, can you square the hips here and leave your hands leveled on the floor and look up? So this is working a nice lower body strengthening, because we're strengthening out the hamstrings and the hips, and a really good upper body stretching. So strengthening and stretching. Let's raise the arms up off the floor over your head into that full expression. Good. Great concentration. Keep the hips squared, arms, shoulders squared, and then let it go. Fold your hands to the floor. We're going to leave it here. Just travel your hips back towards the left heel and do a half split pose. So just keep the knee on the floor. Half split pose. Steady. Inhale. Exhale. Bend your left knee. Come back up to the front of your mat. Step forward and fold. Take a nice soft landing. Bringing that into flat back pose again. Exhale, forward fold. Rise up, look up. We're going to do one more side. Inhale. Exhale. Fold all the way back down. Let's step the right toes back this time. Big step. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lower down your knee. And keep your hips square. Slide that leg back as much as you can go. This is going to increase your hip flexibility and quadricep flexibility here too. Be soft on your fingertips. Let's try to look up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Slowly bring the arms over the head. So you're taking the full expression as we're going up a little bit deeper into that stretch. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now just slowly lower your hands to the floor. Keep that knee down. Keep your hips squared and shift them back to your heel and straighten your left leg. So exactly doing the same thing we did. Hamstrings on both sides should feel a little bit more loosened up after this. Inhale. Exhale. And then bend your left leg. Come up back to the front of your mats. Step forward and fold. Flatten your back out. Breathe in. Forward fold. Breathe out. Now bend your knees as much as you can. Squat down and do a chair pose. So you're going to lift yourself straight up. Strong core position. Right? Come up a little bit higher. Yeah, nice. See if you can hold this. 5 breaths. 1, letting go. Inhale. 4, letting go. Inhale. 3, inhale. 2, inhale. 1. Good. Take your hands down to the floor, straightening your legs, and create this forward fold now that your legs are straight. Now lift your left leg, step your toes back into low crescent lunge. Keep that knee up actually this time. Lift your right hand and do a twist here. So we're going to stretch that right arm all the way up. Take a full twist and full body lengthening position here. Lengthening your right arm. Now as you exhale, lower your right hand down. Nice. Lower your left heel into a warrior. Now on an inhale, I want you to slowly bring both your arms up. So let's see if we can drive that left hip forward and rotate the right hip back. So that's where the warrior one position feels like you're working here on keeping the hips neutral and even. Nice. Now on an exhale breath, let's take your arms out into warrior two and open up your left hip. So slowly we're rotating that left hip back. Arms should be nice and fully stretched here. This looks great. Now hold your right palm up and take a peaceful warrior. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Take it back to warrior two pose. Lower your hands down to the floor, the top of your mats. Now let's see if you can step that right foot back into downward facing dog. So all you want to try to do here is just a transition, stepping back. You can hold that down dog. Remember, this is your practice, or just shift forward into plank pose. Lower to the mat, bend your arms. Low cobra. Let's have you tuck under the toes as well here too. Downward dog. Breathe out. Very nice. So we're going to work on that strong transition again. Left leg up. Inhale. Hold your left knee to your nose. 5, 4. Really strong here. Utilize your breathing. Use your core. 3, 2, 1. Bring that left leg up to the front. Nice. Let's keep your right hand down. Sweep your left arm up. Do a lunge twist. Awesome. Gradually, you're trying to work on looking up. This is called your thrishti, when we focus on something and we gaze on it. Eventually, that's going to increase your flexibility the more that you're taking that gaze up with your shoulder. Nice. And go ahead, lower your left hand out of that twist. Prep your back foot so that's down flat and do a warrior. And on your inhale, bring your hands up. Reach them to the sky. Do the warrior one. We're going to do some adjusting here in the hips. So an external rotation on your left hip. You're trying to shift that hip back. Internal rotation on your right hip. Nice job, Aaron. Now let's exhale here. Bring the arms out. Warrior two. Adjust your hips. I like to sometimes move them around where you feel like you're pretty centered in that warrior two. And flip your left hand up and do a peaceful. Good. Same in that twist. Trying to keep your chin up to that shoulder as you go up and back. This is pretty good alignment here. Just try to straighten your arm out a little bit there. Yeah. Alright, take it back to warrior two. Breathe out. Take your hands down to the floor. Breathe in. Breathe out. Step back into downward facing. Inhale. Shift your body forward into plank pose. Exhale. Lower down. Inhale. Take it up into cobra pose. Exhale. Back into downward facing dog. Really, really nice. Inhale through the nose. You can exhale out through the mouth or nose. Let's do it again. Inhale through the nose. Let's walk your legs forward. Walking the legs. And take flat back position. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Rise up, inhale. Good. Bring the hands together. Good. We're going to go down to the heart center. So you can turn out this way if you want to here. We'll do a balancing pose. Let's do tree today, you guys. Let's stay on the right leg. Take your left knee out. Your thrishti is your place where you're focusing your eyes on something really still. Really focus on the floor. Bring the hands together. Keep that gaze focused. Crown of the head up. Let's try to lift your arms up. Exalted tree. And growing that tree up towards the sky. You have roots in your foot, in your leg. That your tree is growing up as you lift the arms. 5. Inhale, hold. Exhale, let it go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let your arms come out and down. Good, lower your left leg. We'll just do a quick little shaking of that right ankle and come into tree pose, left leg. So let's shift your weight to the side, engage your leg, find the roots in your foot, and then start to take your tree. Feeling that tree exalting, letting grow upward. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Letting the arms come down and letting go. Go do a quick little shake of that ankle. Relax. Alright, let's turn back you can turn back the other way. We'll do one more balancing pose, and this one's one of my favorite. Let's pick up the left foot from the inside with your left hand and do dancer pose today. So right arm up, left foot into your left hand. Be patient with this pose. Let's try to stretch that right arm all the way up. And also to help you today breaking down this balancing pose, this tree. So make sure that you have maybe hands wiped down. This makes it a little easier. Your right leg standing strong. Now I want you to stretch your right arm and hand forward and kick this left leg back into your hand. So at the same time, a couple things are going on. You're stretching that right arm forward and you're kicking this left leg back. Now just a tiny bit here. See if you can, we'll come back into it. Take a breath. No worries. Let's see if you can take that left hip forward a little bit. So take a deep breath, kick, and stretch forward. Yes. Wherever you're at, just breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2. Keep kicking. Bring your knees together. Take it back. Awesome. Let it go. All right. Get loose here. Dancer pose is a really great way to practice just patience. Balance as well too. Let's do the right leg now. You can pick it up with your right hand. Go ahead, bring that left arm, stretch it up. We're going to start with knees together, Erin.
Trying to get there.
It's okay. Left hand up, inhale. Good. Just focus and concentrate on this beginning part of just holding that leg, stretching up. And we'll focus on the anatomical transitions here a little bit. Same thing. Stretch that left arm forward and kick this right leg back. At the same time, so you're like this. This arm stretching this way, this leg kicking back the other way. Really strong. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Try to bring it back to center. Knees together. Stretch. Whoop. Alright, shake it out. Just letting go. Good. So always practice balancing. That's how we get better at this. Step back up to the front of our mat. We'll do one more float today. Take a breath in. Just let the arms float up. And take a breath out. Forward, fold them all the way down. Exhale. Good. Step or hop your feet back. Take a plank pose or downward facing dog position. Go down to a lower plank position. Tuck your toes. Let's open up into cobra. Inhale. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Good. Hold down dog. You're gonna walk your feet in just a little bit towards your hands so you can get your almost heels down on the floor, or almost there, right? Now can you walk your hands back to your feet? And take it all the way to the back of the mat. Nice. Alright, grab your elbows. Let's hang for a little bit here in a forward fold. Of course, I want your upper body as relaxed as possible here. So if you can, be gentle on the head and neck and just kind of move it around a little bit here. Soften. Soften even your gaze, your drishti. Good. And when you're ready, just let the arms and hands fold forward and go. Tuck your head all the way in. Slowly bring it up into standing position. 3, 2, 1. Mountain pose. Nice. So I'll join in with you guys on this one today. Let's turn and do a couple repetitions of some squats. Alright? So you can take feet a little bit wider than hip width distance apart. Just a little bit wider. Yeah. So we're going to bring the toes out. You can come down here or come all the way down to deep squat. Ready? We're going to go all the way up and all the way down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Come all the way up. 3, 2, 1. Hands up. Exhale. Hands to heart. Inhale up. Exhale all the way down. Deep squat. Inhale. Exhale. Come on all the way up. 3, 2, 1. Hands to heart. Alright, let's see, Aaron. How many more are we going to do? 10 more. Inhale up. Exhale down. That's 1. Breathe in. Breathe out. Start to come back up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hands to heart. Inhale. Exhale. So let's do these 10. It's all you. Try to come all the way up. Hands to heart. 3. This is 3, right? Exhale. Inhale. Make sure you're breathing as you're doing this. You can go down just as much as you can, but this is a great exercise to do for full body strengthening. And also keep the chest up. Good. Hands to heart. I think this is 4. Right? This would be 5. So we're almost halfway. Breathe in. Breathe out. Come back up. Hands to heart. 6. 7. Hands to heart. Almost. Come on. Breathe in. Coming down. Bend your knees. Squat. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hands to heart. Is that 8? So let's say we got 2 more. Come down. Squat. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last one. Gonna make it strong here. Nice form. Come down. 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. Come up. Breathe out. Hands to heart. It's nice work today, you guys. Shake it up. Get loose. Nice work, Aaron. Let's sit down on the floor. Take a nice, comfortable seat. So slow down your breathing. Relax it here. As you make your way down on the floor, let's start with feet together. You can grab the ankles or your feet here. Sit up tall and stretch up. And start to lean forward into a seated forward fold. I want you to try to keep those feet bound together. Have about 7 breaths here. Every inhale, try to lengthen the back out. Every exhale, try to go a little bit further. feel slight stretching or deep stretching along the hips, along the groin. Should feel no tension in the knees, however. Just one more. Take a breath in. Take a breath out and let it go. Lift your head, slowly bring it back up. Now let's come onto hands and knees pose again and do tabletop. Nice. And stretch it out into some more cats and cows. Breathe in, lift the head. Breathe out, round the back once more. Breathe in, lift your head. We've already done this, but just to kind of take it more towards the end of a practice, loosen up any last minute tension that's anywhere. So we'll focus on the hips a little more and do pigeon pose. So let's bring that right knee up to the front of your mat. You can also do this on the back, which maybe I can come here and show you. So pigeon pose. Slide the leg across the mat. So the same form that you're taking, you can also just on the back do this. And it's pretty much a very similar shape and very similar pose, right? Except it's more gentle, a little more modified. So there you go. Do your pigeon pose. Good. Try to relax any tension anywhere in the shoulders, the neck. Nice. Focusing on this very moment here, what you're experiencing, what's happening, all part of mindfulness. So give yourself just a little bit more time in this hip opener. We're not going to stay too much longer. And when you're ready, lift your head, come out. We're just going to slide your left leg around towards the right leg, and you can get into a seat. Come on up. And shake it out, get loose if you want to stretch your legs forward and shake up the legs and ankles. Yeah. Same thing here we're going to do, just with the legs stretched totally out. So I want you to just sit up, inhale, exhale, hinge forward, and just take that forward fold stretch. Lean out. Move forward, fold down. Good. This stretch is really nice for the legs. And calm here. Try to target the legs and leave the shoulders out of this, right? Just targeting those hamstrings. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. We'll turn around again. Come onto your hands and on your knees. And do the same thing that we did on the right side on your left side now. So just setting up the pigeon. Bring the left knee up to the wrist. You can slide your foot and leg across the mat. If you're doing this on the back, same thing here. Turn around the back and cross your left ankle over the right knee. And generally in yoga practice, when we're stretching the hips, pigeon pose is probably the one that we get the most depth in the stretch. So it's okay if you feel this a lot on the hips today. It's actually great that we're starting to experience some stretching, some flexibility that we're increasing. And be mindful. Just try to take another breath here. Let it go. Nice. Slowly lift the head up. Turn all the way around. Come up on your hands. Bring that right leg out for the release. the feet, shake out the legs, extend them all the way out. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale. We're going to do one more forward fold stretch. Reach out and fold. Good. Remember, keeping the legs as straight as you can. You can leave them bent. But hopefully we've done enough work today where you feel more loose in the hamstrings and you're able to just take it a little bit further in that fold stretch. Nice. And then we'll turn around the hands and knees again and come back up. And tabletop pose. Alright, stretch the knees out a little bit wider. Make sure your toes are together or close together and sit back in that child's pose where we started the practice. It all comes back to where we started. So I want you to cultivate that experience of focusing on the breath. Tune inwards. Notice how you're feeling energy-wise. Let's see, for the rest of this practice, we can lay down on the back. So come up, we'll turn around, lay down on your back. Nice. Once you're on the back, let's just take the knees and hug them in. Do a nice massage here. We'll go left and right a couple times. And just hug that right knee in towards your body. Stretch your left leg out. Take a deep breath. Just going to hold and pull here. And then right leg out, left leg pulls in. Just change. So as you're breathing, inhale, exhale, pull. Good. Change one more time. Left leg out, right leg in, pull. Nice, and then right leg out, left leg in, pull. So we're going to focus a little bit on the yoga crunches today. So let's bring the right leg in. Alright, and elbows out to the sides. With your elbow or fingertips to your ears, elbows out. So we're going to stretch out your right leg, bring your right elbow to your left knee, crunch, do a side crunch. So bring your elbow up to the knee, and then change. I know it looks like I'm just having Aaron do all this, so I'll jump in with you guys and do our last bit of the crunches. So it's a wonderful abdominal work to do. We're going to work on the core. In yoga we call it the Mula Bandha, and it's actually this energy point that is right in our core area. So we're working that power, that strength. And let's try to do 3 more. 3, 2, 1, and take your feet down. Lift your hips up into bridge pose position. So now you're getting all that stretch in the quadricep muscles that we did last time. Good. Nice bridge. Alright, take it easy. Lower down the hips slow. Breathe out. Breathe in. Open your arms. Breathe out. Hug the knees. Nice. Tremendous work today. Let's take your feet up in the air. Do one of our last poses that we do, the relaxation of the feet and legs. You can do this against the wall too. Maybe even have it part of your relaxation today. Nice and slow. Take as much time as you need here. We're going to hug the knees back in. And relax in your final resting pose. Let's stretch the legs out one at a time. Make yourself comfortable. Rest your arms out to the sides. Rest your shoulders. Most importantly, try to relax the mind. Relax your minds. Relax the mind. And try to position your body comfortable where you can be still and you're feeling that stillness in your legs. The ankles and feet to feel heavy, hamstrings to feel relaxed. Relax all that energy up into your hips. Relaxing the upper body, resting your back. And relax your shoulders and rest your arms. Relax any space that you have along your neck. And rest that energy all the way to the back of your head. And just for the next minute, enjoy this part of your practice. And try to most importantly relax your mind. Relax your mind. And try to listen to the chime one more time all the way through. And take a really deep inhale. And can you start wiggling the fingers and toes now slowly? We'll lift the arms, stretch them back over your head. Feel refreshed, feel re-energized. We'll lift the knees. Take your time now. You can just stay on the back a little bit longer if you need. We'll roll over to the side. Feeling reawakened and refreshed, we'll do a nice comfortable seat and seal our practice today. Yes. So I'll join you guys down on the floor today. I want to thank you guys so much for joining the practice today. Feel centered, find your center. And try not to rush out of your practice. Just giving yourself just a couple of more moments here. And feel zen, feel peaceful. Really nice. Great job today. Namaste.